In this lecture, Assalamu alaikum. In this lecture, we will cover the remaining MCQs from question paper number 12 and that appeared in June 2022. So let's start. Which plan diagram represent the tissues in the major vein? Tissues in a major vein, they can be like this, they can be like this. So the most appropriate diagram here is option D. Option D is the right answer. The diagram shows the pressure changes in the various structures of the left side of the heart during the cardiac cycle, at the end of which period is the ventricle full of the blood. The ventricle is the full of the blood. So here we can say the A, B, C, and this solid line shows the aorta, and this white dotted line shows left ventricle, and the small dotted line shows the atrium. So we have to find out for the ventricle. Ventricle is full of blood. When the ventricle is full of blood at this particular point, and because when it is full of the blood, then its pressure will increase, and then it will decrease when it will release its blood into the aorta. So option A here is the right answer. With description of the movement of the substrate through during the tissue fluid formation is correct. As the movement of the water in the tissue fluid into the capillary by the osmosis. As we know that the low hydrostatic pressure forces substances out of the capillary. No, it is not involved. Low hydrostatic pressure do not cause the substances to move out of the capillary, but it allows the water molecules to enter into it. Tissue fluid moves back into the venule due to the net hydrostatic pressure change in the capillary. Tissues do not move back, they will remain there. Tissue fluid will remain at its own place. Movement of the water in the tissue fluid in the capillary by the osmosis is due to the low water potential and the low hydrostatic potential. Yes, if the low water potential will be inside the capillary, then the water molecules of the surrounding environment will get inside the capillary to maintain its hydrostatic pressure. It is true, at the high water potential of the surrounding tissue fluids causes the substances to leave the capillaries at the atrial end. No, it will cause to get the water inside the capillary. So option C here is the right answer. Which row shows the changes in the concentration of the substances in the red blood cells when the carbon dioxide gas diffuses from the active cells? Red. When the carbon dioxide gas will remove from the red blood cells, then which of these will be higher in the concentration? So carbonic anhydrase is just an enzyme, so it will not change it at all. No change. Hydrocarbonate ions will increase because the carbon dioxide gas will firstly convert into the carbonic acid, then will relieve out of the cell, and then will produce the hydrogen carbonate ions and the hydrogen ions. So hydrogen carbonate ions and the hydrogen ions will increase in their amount. So option D here is the right answer. Which statements about the human gaseous exchange are correct? The absence of the cartilage in some bronchioles allows them to expand. Yes, the bronchioles have the smooth muscles and the elastic muscles in them, so they can expand easily. The walls of the alveoli are made up of the cuboidal epithelium cells. No, they are made up of the cartilage. Alveoli secrete a substance which reduces the surface tension. Yes, surface tension is decreased so that the rate of the diffusion can be enhanced. The trachea and the bronchi are supported by the ring of the cartilage. No, they are not supported by the ring of the cartilage. There will be the smooth muscles and the elastic muscles as well. So option B here is the right answer. 4 types of cells in the gaseous exchange are listed here. These are the cell types: alveolar epithelium cells, ciliated cells, and the globular cells, and the smooth muscle cells. And the text in the table shows the specialized features one of all the three have. So many mitochondria are present in much of these cells. Lot of endoplasmic reticulum are present in which cells. Many oligomers are present in which cells. So as we can say that the one goes for K, because ciliated cells have many mitochondria, so one goes for K, and 2 goes for M because 2 shows that many mitochondria. So many mitochondria are also present in the smooth muscle cells because they have to perform a lot of function. So it can be the M. 2 goes for M. So 3 shows the many mitochondria, lots of endoplasmic reticulum and many Golgi bodies. So it goes for the goblet cells because they need all these things and they have all these things. Yeah. So option C here is the right answer. Why is it difficult to control the spread of the tuberculosis disease? Global air travel for the commerce and the tourism has increased. Yes, because the tourism will increase and there will be the more people to come in touch with each other and the tuberculosis will spread more efficiently. The bacterium that causes the tuberculosis have evolved a resistance to the some antibiotics. Yes, if the bacteria will attain resistance to the antibiotics, then the disease will spread more quickly. The bacterium that causes the tuberculosis shows the great antigenic variability. No, it is not involved with this. Antigenic variability is not directly involved with the increase of the tuberculosis. Civil unrest and the poverty result in the overcrowded living conditions. If the people will be overcrowded, then the rate of the transmission of the disease will be higher. So option E here is the right answer. Rabies is a viral disease which can be spread by the humans. By a bite of an infected animal. One method of the treatment is to inject the patient with the antibodies specific to the rabies virus. Which statement about this treatment can be correct? The patient will have the natural passive immunity to the rabies. No, the patient do not have it. We have to give it the immunity, active immunity. It can have the active immunity. The injected antibodies will be broken down by the patient. Yes, if the injected antibodies will be broken down by the patient, and then the antibodies will remain for the shorter period of the time inside the body, so the patient will be not be recovered from it. So the viral disease will be spread more quickly. So the patient's memory cells will be able to produce. If the antibodies will not be there, so how many memory cells can be produced? Immunity provided will only last for a short time. Yes, if the antibodies will be degraded by the patient, then the immunity will be for a short time as well. Yes, so option D here is the right answer. A patient's blood group is determined by the antigens present on the red blood cells. The table shows the antigens and the antibodies in the blood of the people with the different blood groups. So here are the blood groups, and these blood groups contain these antigens and these antibodies. So during a blood transfusion, it is essential that a person who receives the blood does not have the antibodies to the donor's blood, right? So which blood group can be given to a person with the blood group B? So the blood group with the B should be given the B blood group or the O, because O has both anti-A and the anti-B antibodies. Option D here is the right answer. A student shows a diagram to show the 4 type of the cells involved in the primary immunity response. Cell type 1, this is the antigen, this entered inside the body. When antigen enters inside the body, then the immunity system energizes itself so that it can work against that particular antigen. Cell type 1 releases the chemicals that stimulate phagocytosis to engulf the antigens. So cell type 1 can be the T helper cells, because they will have the phagocytes to engulf the antigens. Cell type 2 are that destroy the cells infected with the viruses, which could be released into the body. So they can be the T killer cells, because they are destroying the cells and making the viruses more vulnerable to be attacked by the immunity system. Cell type 3 produce the antibodies required to bind to the antigen. As we know that antibodies are produced by the lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, so they can be the B lymphocytes. Cell type 4 recognizes the foreign antigen, move towards it and surrounds it. They can be the macrophages, so that they can engulf these antigens and degrade them. So option C here is the right answer. So my lecture stops here. I will finish my lecture here. Meet you in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned and Allah Hafiz.